Hello and welcome to Purple Kitty Life and Flex. I am your host, Kiersten, aka PK. I am a performing and teaching artist. I work in the live entertainment industry. My background is in musical theater. So I sing, dance, and act. If you want to see any of that, there are videos available all over the interwebs. And if you want to see me perform live, I post updates and invitations on Instagram and Facebook at Purple Kitty Life. So you can follow me there for that. My page is devoted to whatever I happen to be interested in at the moment. Today, I am filming an episode of PK Reacts. I am reacting to another song today. I have been obsessed with this song. If I could sing it at my Halloween job, I absolutely would, but it is not available on the database that they make us choose from, and that's totally fine. Unlike last week, I have seen this video before, and I have listened to the song like 1,000 times, and I'll listen for 1,000 more.
I love you for 1,000 more.
I hope that you like it at least 5% as much as I do. I will leave the whole song in the description so that you can open it in another tab and watch it when we're done talking about it, if you would like. I like to listen to these, so if that's what you're doing, go ahead and put me somewhere safe while you get things done. If you are watching me, go ahead and open up your comments, and as you have responses to me, type them in and submit them when I tell you to. So, what are you doing?
What you doing?
How was your yesterday and how is your today? This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not seek out anyone in this video to say mean things. If you have a question, concern, or comment about the content in this video, drop it in the comments here and we can talk about it. Go ahead and like the video now so that you don't forget. And without any further ado, let's find out what happens when Mother's not around. All right, so this video is called Worth the Wait, Feed Us Your Girls Reaction / Analysis featuring Lydia the Bard. So Lydia sings this song. She wrote the song and everything. They're gonna talk about it. Let's just do it. Let's watch it. I'm so excited.
Okay. Stop it!
All right, already. I love his reactions. I've watched a couple with him. He reacted to some Star Kid musicals, and I freaking love Star Kid. I like Holy Musical Batman. So if let's not go into it. Holy Musical Batman.
Oh my lord. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and today we are here with a very special guest, Lydia the Bard. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited.
Thank you for being here. This feels so overdue. I am so excited for this. I have loved checking out your music on my channel.
Thank
all of the
you.
villain songs have been just incredible. And then
I will say, I have only ever listened to this song of hers. I haven't heard any of her other music. I don't know. I generally don't get really into a specific artist. Sometimes I do. But generally, I find a song that I like, and that's just the song that I like from that artist. And this is the song that I really like of Lydia the Bard. And I mean, I also just haven't listened to them. So I will listen to some of them maybe at some point in the future. You go listen to them and then come back and you tell me what is your favorite Lydia the Bard song, and should I listen to it? Yeah.
not only do I genuinely and truly love the villain songs, but I was like, oh, cute parodies that like I would have used to be into, but like now aren't really my thing, even though I respect the talent. And then checked out the...
I can 100% relate to that. I used to be really into parody music, like freaking Weird Al Yankovic. I ran a marathon in high school and I wrote a parody to gosh, what's that song that Kesha sings about waking up in the morning? Yeah, I did one to that one. And also, what is that song? I am not a whore, but I like to do it. That one. But I made them running related. It was very motivational for me.
oh my gosh, now I can't remember the name of it because only Feed Us Your Girls is in my brain right now, but... when...
Maybe Don't Cry?
Yes, yeah. Don't Cry for Your Rosie blew my mind out of the water.
Thank
And
you.
Maybe I'll watch that one. Should I watch that one? Maybe I'll watch that one. Maybe I'll listen to the song first this time. I watched this video. I listen to videos and they're on while I do other things for the most part. But before I had ever heard the song, I saw this video because I was watching his other videos where he responds to Twisted, which is another Star Kid musical that I absolutely adore. Do you watch Star Kid? Have you ever watched Star Kid? If you do, then tell me what your favorite Star Kid musical is. Yes, I like Oregon Trail also. I've never watched that one all the way through, but I find the concept hilarious, and I've seen some of the closing scenes, which are apparently different every single time, which is cool.
Everyone was like, that means you have to check out Feed Us Your Girls. And now, not only do I finally get to make my comment section happy, I get to do it with you, the creator, and I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited you're excited. And I'm glad that...
That is really exciting. I have some friends, I know some people who write music, and then when I hear them perform their music and then I get to talk to them about it and I get to know more about the music, that just feeds something in me. I love knowing the story behind art. It makes the art that much more meaningful. I think that the thing that makes art is the meaning that it is given and like where it comes from and how it's made, like all of those things wrapped in one. So having that context really adds to art for me.
That I'll get to have a, second chance at a first impression, considering the only direct interaction we've had before was my absolutely terrible PowerPoint presentation.
No, I loved it. It was incredible.
Okay,
that
good.
PowerPoint presentation night was, I had the best time.
That PowerPoint night was
so fun.
incredible. I still want to, turn...
What is a PowerPoint night? I don't know. Maybe, I've seen videos of people doing PowerPoints on things that they feel personally passionate about. One of my favorite ones recently has been systemizing the grocery store. I think that's a fantastic idea. The Chewy decimal system. Are you kidding? Please, let's do it. Yeah, I worked at a library. It's easy to learn. It's like learning alphabetical order, but with also numbers. It's totally doable. We should do it. Chewy decimal system.
A part of it like an actual video at some point, but that's an entirely different conversation for a different day. Today, we are here with Feed Us Your Girls. What can you kind of say about it in advance that you feel like will help increase my enjoyment, or just context, like where was your mind at when you wrote this? Obviously, there's going to be a lot to learn and know
There's a lot I can tell you,
once we get into it, but as far as before you watch it, what spurred you to write this? Where's the mind at?
Yeah. So a lot of my personal songs and the stuff that I want to write will always lean towards things that make me angry about society. That's a big theme in all of my personal music, whether that's billionaires or capitalism or sexism or whatever it is, or classism. I often will, if it makes me angry, and I will probably write a song about it. So I had wanted to write this song for a really long time. And I had the lyrics all in my notes page for maybe 6 months, but I could never quite get the melody right until we settled on this melody. But context before we watch it, what you should know, it's written as a song kind of calling out predatory behavior in older men towards younger girls specifically. I mean, towards women in general.
Yeah.
But the song is the reason I wanted to write it is because I was kind of looking back at the first experience I had as a teenage girl.
Ooh, wait. Okay, before she gets into that, I don't remember what she said. I'm so interested. It's hard to not just watch, but going back to what she said initially about writing music about things that make her angry, I can definitely relate to that as an artist. I don't necessarily like to pull from anger. I don't get very angry. I try not to lean in that direction. I understand extreme emotions are not great, and anger is one that you can really get extreme in really fast. But that's neither here nor there. I like things that make me feel joyful, things that I relate to, things that I find the story in, and that is so neat. I am not a songwriter. I can hum a little tune, a little melody that I enjoy that doesn't necessarily exist already in the world. I don't know, maybe it does. Ideas just float in the air or whatever. But yeah, I can't. I'm so bad at writing music. And I used to write poems and stuff as a kid, but who didn't, Did you write poems as a kid? Do you still have them? Can I read them? Can you send them to me? I'd like to read your poems, please.
Of realizing that the body that I once was safe in was like a little bit of a danger to me all of a sudden, and that it was a really hard realization. And like the freedom of being a child and being like, I'm gonna wear whatever I want because I'm a kid and no one should care, then suddenly becoming, I've turned 13 and I've seen someone, I had a nasty experience.
I'm sorry, this makes me so sad. I just need a second. I'm sorry, I truly was not processing any of this when it was when like I listened to it / watched it the first time. And honestly, like even in the song, when the song gets into it, it's really heavy. But hearing people tell stories about their lives and feeling uncomfortable just because existing is dangerous is really, it resonates with me, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Someone sexualized my body for the first time. I was 13 years old, very overtly shouting at me from a car. I was by myself in the dark at a bus stop. It was awful. It's a core memory, and I remember. Oh yeah, that will stick with you forever. And I remember because I was at the bus stop. I'd come home from a dance class, and I was just getting the bus home at 13. And I was in my school blazer, so you could tell I was a student. I'm in the UK. We have school uniform.
Yeah.
I was in my school blazer. And I had just leggings on, and I remember thinking not like, oh, what terrible men, the problem is them. I remember thinking, I'm never going out in leggings again, because I figured that was why they were watching.
That's so sad. It makes me so sad. And I have a girl child, and I get so scared. Like she's little and I'm little, so she's very little, and she's just finding herself, and she wants to try things and do things, and I have to like ride the line between helping her grow into a full person and also just keeping her safe. And I want to keep her safe so bad, but it's hard. It's near impossible. It's so scary. I'm so nervous for her.
It's really horrible. It makes
blame turning inward, and the self-blame, yes. Oh my gosh.
It's grim. It's like, it makes me quite emotional thinking about it now, actually. So I wanted to write a song about that experience of suddenly kind of realizing that your body isn't something you're safe in anymore, but almost from the perspective and of like a little bit of the song is told kind of from the perspective and with language from like a predator or from like a person. Like in the song, the language is I wrote it to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, because I wanted it to be provocative. I wanted it to provoke a reaction for people that have gone through that and to go, I like identify with it, or for people that maybe are guilty of that, for them to feel.
I will say, in the song, there are definitely moments that I can only describe as like crawly, like creepy crawly, not like a bug, but like it's inching into your self. And luckily, I guess, or unluckily, depending on how you look at it.
It's all how you look at it.
When I found this song, I was performing in a Halloween event where I was a vampire. So I had really explored this mindset of being a predator. Please don't clip that. But I've thought about what it would be like to hunt people and how I would feel about it as this other entity, this other person, this other being. And I related to the song in that way, as opposed to relating to the song from more of a Little Red perspective. And Jesus, that'll make more sense as we listen to the song. But yeah, it definitely speaks to that creepiness and that predatory feeling, and you can feel it from the inside. And if I can't imagine why anyone would be inhabiting that mind space except for me in that very particular instance. So like, I don't know, if you find yourself in a particular instance where you are relating on the other side, it is possible. It's possible. Ooh.
Feel something.
Yeah.
It was important because I'm very much like, my art, I want it to make someone feel something. I want it to make them question themselves. I want it to be.
It makes me feel things. It makes me feel all kinds of things.
Empowering.
Yes.
I want it to be cathartic. So that's where the songs come from. That is its foundation.
Yeah.
From that, then there's a lot of metaphor and imagery with Little Red Riding Hood within it. But I'm not going to spoil it now.
Yes. That we'll get to when we get there.
That's the context.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm really excited to hop into it and have some, like, warning for the audience. We are probably going to hop into some really heavy conversation within this, because my album that I released is about my own essay experience, but also it was really interesting as you mentioned, like, I want there to be feeling and discomfort from both directions, because I always want to be transparent. I never want to be like something that appears beyond mortal when I'm on a camera like this. And this is so dangerous and nerve-wracking. I can feel my heart rate rising to even say this online, but I've been on both sides. I've had a situation where I realized after the fact that, oh, that wasn't the way I should have handled that. I made someone feel uncomfortable and unsafe.
That is really self-aware. I'm very proud of him for saying that and understanding that. That's hard. It's hard. I don't think I'm 4'11", so very rarely do I find myself physically imposing somebody else. But I could definitely see making people uncomfortable. I make people uncomfortable as a vampire at work, but it's a consensual discomfort. And when they withdraw consent, I respect that. And yeah, you can see it from both sides.
I need to.
I think it's such a learning
thing.
thing.
Change that. So like I have been on. Like, I have been on both sides of this conversation. I received something unforgivable from a roommate and friend of many years, and then also, after that, that's the worst part to me, coming to terms with it. After I was already experienced that, realizing that after the fact that I turned around, and not to the same extent, but still made someone feel uncomfortable and unsafe, and have to learn about that, have to move past that.
Without getting too deep into this conversation, and who knows what is to come, maybe I will get too deep into this conversation, but experiencing extremes can really skew your own understanding of what is normal, like what is in the realm of normal, and it can take you a bit to get back to a point where you see, oh, this is appropriate and this is not, and I went from here to here, and I thought this was the range, but really this is the range. And you could just get a little bit outside of the range of normal, but it feels fine to you just because you have this skewed vision.
I have to attempt to build learn from myself. Exactly. And so I'm so I'm so excited to hop into this. So thank you.
I am also very excited. I will say, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this recording all the way through. I plan to go ice skating in like half an hour, but I'll be right back. The lighting might be different, and maybe this is unimportant, and I will get through it all. But
Okay. No, that's all right.
And warning to the audience, we're gonna probably dive into some hefty things here, but I'm really, really excited for it. So I think without any further ado, let's check out Lydia the Bard, Feed Us Your Girls. So as we kind of mentioned in the intro, guys, we've got a more specific trigger warning here. Video contains themes and imagery related to sexual violence and abuse, victim blaming, gender-based violence and graphic language, and metaphorical depictions of harm. If any of that is very difficult for you, of course, please make sure you are taking care of yourself, especially because Lydia and I aren't going to mince words. I want to talk about this as much as it deserves to be talked about, and so if that's a sensitive subject for you, please take care of yourself.
I will also say, I don't think I've watched the animated video all the way through. She recently came out with like a live one, like a people one, but I saw that one. I don't think I've watched this one completely through, so I'm going to be watching that pretty closely as well.
Violence and graphic language, and metaphorical depictions of harm. If any of that is very difficult for you, of course, please make sure you are taking care of yourself, especially because Lydia and I aren't going to mince words. I want to talk about this as much as it deserves to be talked about, and so if that's a sensitive subject for you, please take care of yourself. Oh. And who was the animation for this one?
That is maybe MacDC is the animation for this one.
Cool, I think I've seen them.
They're very good.
Yeah.
Yes, they did a little bit of epic stuff, I think, at one point.
Oh, did they?
Random crossover. Yeah, I think they had an animatic go out ages ago. I think that's how I found them. I was like, oh, you're really cool.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Young girl or pretty mule.
First 5 words. First 5 words, Lydia. First 5 words.
Young girl or pretty mule.
Oh, man.
Before they get into it, I will say this is part of why I really latched onto this song immediately as a vampire, because my character, I chose to go mostly after women. Gosh, this sounds terrifying. Don't clip this out, please, because I'm very small. I'm 4'11", so it was easier for me to go towards people with a similar stature as me. So it was mostly women, and it really was exactly that. Young girl or a pretty male. The line is just so fine.
important for the song.
It really
It was
does.
important it was important for me that the first line really kind of communicated where we were going very quickly and made it very clear to a listener the story we were telling.
Yeah.
That it does. That it does.
It's like, you now know what ride you're strapped into.
That is
You know
really
exactly where we're
important.
going with this.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
The line is just terrifying.
The place, stop it.
Little red walked out of lunch, joining the buffet all in the night. See the wolves, they wait and watch now, hoping for a bite. Fresh meat on.
It's really interesting to watch, like really watch a video to this song because I have sort of internalized it so much as my own character. In my mind, I have a whole music video to this song that's differently themed. And I'm interested in seeing all the visuals. It's exciting. I love animation so much.
On a busy street, the minute you're out of sight.
Wow. Wow, yeah. That's just incredible. From a animatic standpoint, are you someone who kind of just delivers the lyrics and says, do what you think, or do you kind of actually like sketch out a...
Heavily involved.
Okay, cool.
So I will, with every animatic that artist that I work with, I'll write a full kind of creative brief.
Cool.
Which will outline exactly what the song is about, so they've got a really clear idea of the story we're telling. I'll then have like minute by minute kind of chunks of, this is the story I see happening.
Sick.
This is what I can visually see in my brain. And then when I tell you it's thousands of words, these documents take me so long to write. Because the visual is so important to me. It's so important that these songs and the stories that I'm telling are...
God, if I ever had to put into words a full concept that I had developed for any performance reason, for someone else to understand, I don't think I could do it. I think my brain is just so weird and crazy. I would have to learn how to communicate with that person and it would have to be a back and forth. I couldn't just make a document. I would have to be really, really on the same wavelength as somebody to trust them with something of mine. I don't know. I care so much. Oh.
Be doing.
I love that.
So I feel so sorry sending them these documents. But when I tell you, they're so long. But I'm like, here's all of the information you could possibly need. There's no way you could now go wrong. Like,
I would 100% go wrong. But I'm not an animator. I'm sure animators are used to talking in just like long documents. I am not a read and learn type of gal. I am a do and walk me through it type of gal. I'm a keen synthetic learner. I would love for you to explain it to me. I like to hear it. I like to know in detail what's going on and what is expected of me. But I then need you to walk me through it. Maybe after we do it a couple of times, I won't need you to hold my hand, but I need you to hold my hand.
You've got all the information is on this document.
That makes sense.
And then there's a lot of like creative license and there's a lot of collaboration that happens after that. So you'll have, that is like our foundation.
That would be the part at which I would start to feel comfortable. Like that document, I would be like, But again, I'm not an animator. I don't know. You want to do a circus dance? I'm your gal.
And then the animatic artists will oftentimes like present their ideas and their thoughts. So a lot of this stuff is also from maybe Mac DC and the thoughts they've had.
Very
and
collaborative in nature.
Yeah, very much so. They'll be like, oh, this could be a really important and an interesting visual that matches the song. And I'm like, absolutely yes. Because they've got brilliant ideas, and they will then storyboard it.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure every once in a while there's like, oh, maybe not, but most of the time when an animator comes in with something, it's going to be like, yeah, that's awesome. I also have one...
I will say that about people who know their art, people who are real artists, who just art is their thing, they know what they're good at, and they will absolutely show you how to play to their strengths in such a way that it'll be better than you even imagined because they brought something that you didn't even see coming. I'm going to give it like 5 more minutes and then I'm going to go get my skates and everything. And I swear I'll come back tonight and I'll record the rest of this. The lighting might be different, but I will come back. This one's very important to me.
You are not someone with like who I usually have a hard time hearing lyrics for. And if these were on screen, like, there's definitely a lot less diction in this song.
I normally hate that. I think that there are character and story reasons to kind of mush your words together. There are definitely reasons. I think it's very well used in this particular song, but generally I prefer crisp diction or somewhere between the two. I need to know what you're saying. I need to hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Than in a lot of other things I've checked out. Is that supposed to be like just the lack of confidence and like the mushing of words, or like what's the thought process?
It's when I'm so because these are leaning different stylistically to like the villain songs and stuff.
Of course.
When I'm singing them, I think I focus more on the sound of the vocal and how I'm delivering it, and not as much on the diction. I think for this, I wanted it to feel whispery and a bit like shh, like a little bit. Like you can go and figure out what the lyrics are and have a look and read them should you like to. But now it's not in a musical theatre.
This is 100% a vibe, like having a song that lures you in. This is that like creepy situation I was talking about. Like it's kind of like, hello, and you're like, what? But then as it goes and it builds, and oh my god, I can't wait. But it's a really good start. And I think she's about to touch on exactly what I was saying. I am from a musical theater background, and that informs a lot of what I like to hear as well. So let's hear what she's going to say before I say something.
Style. I do just change up how I'm singing a little bit. And things do get mushed together a bit. I just like the sound.
Fair enough. No, I mean, that's a great reason. Yeah.
That's totally reasonable. Sometimes I just do things because I like the way they feel. I like the way it exercises my voice. Sometimes I go to my voice teacher and I'm like, I want to sing this song because I think it's gonna feel cool. And I don't know. Yeah, you like to try new things, mix it up. I respect that.
I was just curious about that because I'm like, you got solid diction. And like, I remember like when you're working on other projects, like I checked out Achilles' Lullaby, and I was like, those lyrics are like.
Should I watch that one? Should I watch it or should I listen to it? Go listen to all of her songs and then tell me which ones I should listen to. I don't want to listen to things I don't want to listen to. But I trust your opinions.
On point each time. Now this one's like they're like joining us,
and
I was like, ooh, that's so it's like groovy, but almost like losing some of the consonants there. Yeah. Interesting.
I think it's very much because we're like swapping genre here a little bit. It's not MT, so I'm letting it be a little bit lazier. And then also allows it to be a little bit spookier, I think. Okay. I think if my diction was too pronounced, it takes you out of the feeling of the song a little bit. And you start listening to the lyrics, which is like great.
Yeah, but
on this, and I'm probably going to say this, and then I'm going to take a little break, and I'm going to come back, and the lighting's going to be totally different, and I apologize. But in my mind, and this is what's interesting to me, in my mind, because I was thinking about this song from the lens of a predator, I've thought about my own performance of this song were I to perform it. I think I would make the opposite choice. I think that I would try to be more crisp and clear with my words because I think it feeds more into what he was leaning into. It would feed into a different sort of confidence. Like it would show the opposite of what he's getting. Where like that person is very much in control of the situation in an unnerving way. That being said, I'm going to take a little break and I will return and we'll start right here. I'm not going to touch anything. Yes.
The next morning.
All right. Hello. I'm so scared. I just spent several minutes recording and it was not actually recording. So let's try again.
But the emotion.
The emotion is what I'm trying to get across, and the unsettling feeling of all of those instruments and the vocal coming together to make a certain sound and feeling for the listener, as opposed to telling a story, which for Achilles' Lullaby, the words are so important.
Yes.
The words.
Yeah, I think that there's a big difference between a song or like a piece of art that is supposed to make you feel something versus a piece of art that is supposed to tell a story. Art that tells a story can obviously make you feel something, but this particular piece absolutely puts the feeling before the story. The story is there. It tells a story, but the feeling is primary. The story is almost secondary.
It's very important here, but
I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Cool. Okay, I'm glad I asked that.
Yes, I'm gonna make it quick. I'm dying. Yes, I'm gonna make it quick. I wanted to tell you I'm dying. No, go ahead and like this video. Like this video. Gosh, that's so confusing. Like this video while we're paused. Thank you. As you can see, I just liked this one, so we're both doing it. Couldn't you just see this from the perspective of a vampire? I'm sorry. I have this whole vision. If anybody no, I was gonna say if anybody knows how to make a quality music video, hit me up. Let's chat. I don't know if I'm serious though, so if you're serious, don't hit me up. I don't want to waste your time.
So why should she be afraid?
Okay. Stop it! Oh my lord. No.
So why should she be afraid?
I love this part, and he's about to say it, but I love how it points out, even in the context of the fairy tale, Little Red knows where she's going. She's been there before. She's gone several times, and this is what she wears, and this is the way she goes. The only thing that was different was the wolf. And it translates. It translates so well. Oh god.
She walks out with a blood red cloak, but red's his favorite shade.
And exactly what you were talking about the intro, that I should be safe. This is my body. This is my color.
Exactly.
These are my streets. There's
Yeah.
nothing about this situation that shouldn't belong to me except for him.
That shouldn't be safe.
That shouldn't be
It's very
mine.
much
And
that.
yet they wow.
That, and in a lot of circumstances, not only is Little Red in a place that she's familiar with doing something that she normally does, but sometimes it's not an unfamiliar wolf character. It's somebody that she knows, and that's so scary. We don't need to get into it. Let's get into this.
Ow. I mean, even if you hadn't said the intro, what a great way to convey that. I love how everything is I know she knows these streets, why should she be afraid? She wears this color, but that's his favorite shit. Everything about it is this should be okay. Nothing about this situation shouldn't be okay, and yet. Oh, that's so well done.
And yet suddenly it's become dangerous. Yeah, I think it was very much wanting to tell that story of this is a space and an area that this character in this song knows back of her hand. Or
This makes me feel so nervous. Not in a bad way, a healthy caution. I don't know. It's so real. It's so real. But that's what fairy tales are. They're to help you prepare for real life. Ugh.
I knew my streets like the back of my hand. Yeah. You've always felt safe there. There's never been any issues, and then suddenly, a predator looks at you and has suddenly decided that you're actually not safe, and they've made that decision for you. They've decided I'm now going to make that space that you thought was safe unsafe now, and it's going to change it. So that was
that's
we
very well done, very poignantly written.
With a blood red cloak, but red's his favorite shade. You'll attract the wrong attention, wearing colors such as those. Boys will be boys, wolves will be wolves, but what does mother know? Fate is your girl.
That's that shift. Ugh, I love a good shift in tone in music. That all of that. Feed us your girls. So clear. It goes from that mushy to very clear and strong. It's powerful. I love it. And it goes from that sort of, this is what's going on with the victim, to this is the predator speaking, right? Yeah.
Boys will be boys, wolves will be wolves, but what does mother know? Feed us your girls. The wolf shall feed us the ones with guns, the ones without.
That line, feed us the ones with curves, the ones without. I just wanted to sit with that for a second.
Oh man, the musical switch up, the everything, but then like the ones with curves, the one without, like how well done to start the chorus with almost intentional victim blaming, like wearing colors such as like, and how you say like, sorry, I am there's so much like the.
All of that, that's exactly why I would love Lydia the Bard, if you're out there. I would love to perform this song from the perspective of a vampire. I have a very fun concept in my brain that never needs to come to fruition. But if there were people out there who wanted to help me do it just for fun, I think it'd be an awesome project.
The idea of like wearing colors such as those, obviously that like, well, what was she wearing? Bullshit. Like all of that happening there. But then to turn it back around and like, feed us your girls, those with curves, those without, being like, no, it doesn't even matter. Because all that matters is the power. Like it's the
guy suddenly decides that he's going to be a predator and you're the person he's picked.
Yep.
It's not your fault. It's just someone's decided they want to hurt someone and you've become that person, not by any fault of your own.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boys will be boys, wolves will be wolves, but what does mother know?
Woohoo!
Feed us your girls, the wolf shall out. Feed us the ones with curves, the ones without. Feed us your girls, from plate to mouth. Honey, hold the entree when you dress like that, and mothers know.
Come on, honey, you're the entree. Honey, you're the entree when you dress like that. Sorry, the whole thing is better. Let me go back.
The wolf shall out. Feed us the ones with curves, the ones without. Feed us your girls, from plate to mouth. Honey, hold the entree when you dress like that, and mothers know.
Stop!
We're feeling the same thing. And after all of this energy, right? So we had this sort of like mumbly, sort of like beginning, setting up what's going on and what the situation should be, and then this burst of energy coming from the predator, and then we're about to shift right back down, and it is such a violent shift. I hope he goes back. He goes back a lot in moments. I don't know if he will now because it is a very clear transitional moment, but I hope he does, because I would love to just hear that moment. From that high to that low again.
Stop it! Oh, I mean, that line speaks for itself. I don't even have anything else to say about it. I just needed a moment to recover from it.
I just needed to take a second.
Dress like that, and mothers know.
Wow. And the wolf imagery is stunning here, obviously. Absolutely incredible.
The animation on this is really good. I really respect a good digital artist. I know some really good digital artists, and my mind is always blown by the creativity. I'm trying to convince one of them to do some art for me now, because I want to put something on a shirt, but it doesn't exist. So I need him to draw it so I can make it. Moxie, MJ, please draw me.
Stuff like this is just. It's beautiful. It's so well done. And the like flashes back and forth from the street to the forest, like the literal versus the metaphorical is just, it's beautiful. It's all incredible.
Thank you.
I think that's so creative, the animation, when they kind of like stick the lyrics in wherever they fit. I thought it was, I'm gonna go back so it does it again. Doing it on the tape and the chalk, that's really neat. Oh, and on the street was written on the street.
Oh, the whisper and the audio design, the way that the whispers are different in your right and left ear is insane. Oh,
I like it when music does that. It's off-putting, but in a good way.
Whew, man.
Thank you
God,
so much.
this-
Again, we wanted it to feel a little bit scary, and a little bit spooky, and like a little bit off-putting.
No, more and more lately, I feel like I notice people playing with like left and right panning. So like, it's definitely
It's
so
fun.
worth having a good audio system.
Yeah,
This feels slightly disingenuous as we're on such a heavy subject, but as a reminder to you all, if you want really good headphones for 5% off, I do have that Razor link in the affiliate, and these are my favorite headphones. I always I hate doing scripted ad reads, so I always try to like incorporate them when I'm naturally talking about it. Right. But then every once in a while, that does come in a moment where it's like, oh, that was such a beautiful like example of like the horror of being a woman. Now give me money. Like sometimes it doesn't come at the best time, but
there it is. I'm sorry. We're just, I don't know. He talked about not wanting to talk about it for so long. If I unpause it and he's still talking about not wanting to talk about it, I'm going to lose it. Not in a bad way. I'm just going to laugh. I think it's just funny. He got stuck on it.
I always try to make him natural. Oh, that's... Oh, wow. Oh, that's so good.
I don't know what he's about to go on about, but the transfer of the red is so spooky to me. And to personalize it even more, which I probably shouldn't do. That's probably not healthy, but art, you know, like I am a lady with curly hair who ought to be wearing glasses more often than she does, and I have a little girl, so watching the red transfer from a lady with curly hair to a little girl is kind of like I don't have words. Let's go.
That was that animatic artist's idea. They were like, I think this could be a really important and like poignant thing to do, is to...
And they were correct.
Because the idea of Little Red is that she's every woman that's ever existed, and that she's every girl, and she's every old woman. It doesn't really matter.
I love that, because even in the context of the fairy tale, she is a cautionary tale for all women. Like, you tell this story to your little girl, and you're just like, all right, even when you're in a place that's familiar, be careful, be aware, and don't let people like confuse you or trick you into doing things that might feel okay in the moment, but could also ultimately lead to your demise. How dark, but fairy tales, right?
Like, everyone is Little Red at some point, and everyone faces a wolf at some point. And I remember them like kind of pitching the idea, and I was like, that is going to break my heart to watch, but also I think it's a really, really important thing to have in the video and to recognize.
Incredible.
It absolutely comes across. It's such a clear moment of just like her that you just watched, but also her, and then even her, and it makes you think. It just makes you think.
Yeah, because I was already just waiting for the end of that line to pause and talk about like how cool and poignant it is that like just like a different one, like even if a woman isn't the victim, they still have to see it happen to everyone around them. Like there's always that.
They still have to experience that.
Right, there's always that stat.
Could have been them.
Exactly. People like have that stat of like, you know, the 1 in 5, which is already an atrocious number, but like people are scared to go in the ocean, and shark attacks are 1 in 5,000.
So rare. Yeah.
And so if people...
Is that real? What is that statistic? Maybe I'll look it up.
Like, the emotional... even if you are, in big air quotes, lucky enough to be in the 4 out of 5 that doesn't directly experience it, you still have to watch. 20% of the people who have your heart, your parts, your place in society have all of this happening. And that's so cool and poignant to share there. And then to have the red just in the slightest appearing on this young girl, that's so powerful. Props to the artist. That's stunning and awful and beautiful and ew and ooh.
I know. That was
ew and ooh.
And beautiful and ew and ooh.
I know. That's the exact reaction I wanted this song to have. Was like, oh, that's horrible, but also so important, and I feel uncomfortable, but also like that's true and does happen.
Yes.
Yeah. again, like this was very much inspired by my experience as a young girl.
Yeah.
So it's important to remember that like it's not adult women, it's not like teenagers, it's also young girls that face this and get sexualized very, very young by predatory men.
Absolutely.
Obviously, like it's something that everyone then has to go through. So it was important for us to represent it.
Or even not like people who are inherently predatory. Like my biggest thing, like that, like you got infant onesies that say "lady killer." Like, what are we talking about? Like from the earliest age.
That's so weird. I think it's so weird when people talk about like little babies and they're like, "Ooh, he's got a boy. He's got a wait, hold on."
Gay.
Ooh, they got a little girlfriend, or they got a little boyfriend, or ooh, that's my boyfriend, and they're talking about like little babies, and I'm like, okay.
Even if it's not intended, like, not to diminish what you were saying at all, but
No,
I
you're
also
right.
almost feel like being like, from the youngest age, there will still be this issue from predators. You're right, but from everything, from every direction, not just from predatory humans.
Yeah,
or at least
it's
not
like you should be able to just
intentionally so.
let children be children. Well, you'll get it from women as well, who like.
It's really irritating on that let children be children bit, that your childhood should be a time of safety and exploration. Like you should be able to try all of the little things. You should be able to have fun and dress up and I don't know, like paint your face, whatever, play in the mud, run and jump and climb on things. And more kids are just losing that, and that hurts my heart.
Have internalized misogyny and will look at younger girls and be like, "Wow, she's gonna rape us when she's older." Like, no, don't say that. She's 10.
Yeah.
Like, no, she's not gonna do that because she's 10 years old, and we're not gonna imagine what this young girl's gonna look like and what her like. It's just
no.
Yeah, like even thinking about it, my brain goes, "Wait, what?" Like there's a point at which you should stop yourself. I think I stop myself, and it's not even me going, "Oh, this is wrong." It's like my brain starts to veer in a strange direction, or direction that I see as strange, and I'm like, where is this going? Like, who would think these things? I'm sorry.
100%. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa. Oh, stop it, animator! I'm always such a sucker for a good reflection face shot, whether it's used as a positive or a negative. Like, that's one of my favorite bits in Spider-Verse, in a positive way, one of my favorite scenes in Gravity Falls in a negative way. I love, like scene turned to reflection. I love that, and to convey that through animation in this way is mwah!
It's so foreboding, the sound, because like we were just in a very like chill place almost, and then these whispers come out, and I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Let's find out.
It doesn't matter either way when there's a wolf inside your heart.
You'll stop here like every 5 seconds.
Listen, don't. You sounding like my comment section. Leave me alone. No, it's.
I don't have a problem with it. I love stopping every couple of seconds to talk about how you feel. Love it.
Either way when there's a wolf inside your heart.
That one's, and to turn it.
The freaking camera whip from one direction to the other. It's so in your face. Now I'm gonna do it. Nope.
Leave me alone. No, it's because everything has a reason.
It doesn't matter either way when there's a wolf inside your heart.
Crazy.
That one's, and to turn it back around.
Well, this one we wanted to tell a bit of a different story because each character, Little Red is represented by 3 characters in this song. So this is character number 2, and it was important to us that it's not always strangers on the street. It's the people within your home that are that are the most likely to abuse you.
Most likely, exactly.
So it was important that was represented in the video as you come home again to the place that should be safe and should be home, but there's nothing you can do, and who do you go to when the wolf in this instance is living in your safe space and you can't actually get away from them? How and what do you do about that? So it's important that we have that represented here as well.
And there's no answer. There is no answer. What do you do about it? I don't know. Listen to a song and feel, I guess.
That hits. That's oh man, that's so
Growling, she throws dog a bone. You'll catch more beef with honey, dear, but what does mother know?
I really
Wait, sir. That you'll catch more bees with you, so you throw a dog up. Oh my god. Yeah, it's like you do everything to get these people to leave you alone, and you try to be nice. I try to be nice.
I try to be nice.
But it's a deep song, and I think I'm only just now taking the time to process it from the other side, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
in my brain was like, I'm gonna go longer without pausing since she brought it up, and then you hit me with.
You can hear the growling, she throws dog a bone.
That's incredible. I mean, that's another line that speaks for itself.
Thank you.
But like,
Yeah, it's very much like you can hear that something's going on, so you try and smile and like de-escalate. But it doesn't matter how much you might try and prevent conflict or prevent something awful from happening. If someone's decided they're going to do something awful to you, they're going to do something awful.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's very much like,
God, that
hey,
hurts
maybe you should have smiled at him. Maybe you shouldn't have like been angry when they did that thing and that thing wouldn't have happened. Or maybe you should have just been a bit.
It's such a double-edged sword. I hate it. It's like, oh, like why were you nice to him if you didn't want him to hit on you? But then it's like, well, he was just hitting on you. Why are you being mean to him? Like, of course he's gonna then yell at you and then say mean things. Like, what do you do? Like, don't ignore people. It's rude. But you don't talk to strangers. Like, what do you want? Society.
Society.
Bit nicer, and it's like, well, no, actually, no. If someone horrible is going to do something predatory,
And
they're going to do it.
That's what this second verse, like, I am very grateful to have the body and color and societal status that I have. That
I have none of those.
That first verse isn't relatable to me. I am safe on the street.
Yeah.
I'm safe when I go outside. I get to know these streets and know that they're safe.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
And know that I'm okay. But the second verse hits so much worse because my wolf was in my home.
Yeah.
And everything you're saying about that, and like the way you can be like, well, if I had just, well, if you did this differently, if you had given a little, if you had thrown the dog a bone, maybe, but
Nothing
damn.
can change
With honey, but what does mother know? Fate is your girls.
Oh.
Fate is the ones because the ones without.
Now she has the hook too.
I'm just saying, this could be an awesome supernatural creatures video. And I have a really good concept. I think it's really good. I just need somebody to hear me out. Because I don't know anything about making music videos whatsoever. And it will look like a child did it. And that's not what I want. I might as well not do it. It might as well live in my head. But it's really cool. I promise. Guys, it's really cool. I promise. I'll go back. But that part, because it goes again from that clear, high, predatory time to this low, sort of consistent. What's the word? It's coming and you can't stop it. It's bearing down on you, and it's creeping into you, this sound. Yeah, let's hear that.
It's not a mere little girl, it's not a tease. A drink is not an invitation for what's underneath.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's.
I like that line. Well, he already paused it, so that one's not my fault. I like that line because it's always like, oh, what was she wearing, right? A cloak is not an invitation for what's underneath. It doesn't matter what she was wearing or what she wasn't wearing. It's not an invitation.
This is not an invitation.
Right? All right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, every line, Lydia. What is your lyric writing process like? Because I had Dreamscape written for 6 years before I turned it into a song, and it went through changes and adjustments and everything, and you create so consistently.
I don't know how to write music, but I kind of want to know. I love music. I like listening to music and analyzing music and hearing other people's analyses, but I don't know how to. Well, I know how to write music, but I don't like have a process. Is there like a class, like an online class I can take, but like one that I can take at my leisure that also is live? Yes, or maybe like a weekly basis. I can do like a 10-week program. I can commit to a 10-week program. If you know any, let me know.
And so, like, consistently in frequency, but also consistency in quality. So, like, what is your process to be able to find words this perfect and this poignant so consistently?
It really depends on the kind of song I'm trying to write. So this one took me a little while because there was a very, very specific reaction I wanted to get when you listened to it.
Am I fulfilling it?
Yeah, you are.
Woo!
Yeah, that's the reaction I wanted. It's like, oh, that's kind of what I want. So this one took a while. My general lyric writing process, it really depends on the kind of song I'm writing. If it's a more musical theatre style song, then it leans more like communicating emotions, and it leans more storytelling, and it leans a little bit more narrative. Whereas when it's something in a song like this, I'm not trying to communicate like a character so much, but I'm trying to communicate a feeling, and I'm trying to communicate I want a very specific reaction from the listener.
Yeah.
So I would say these take a little bit longer, and I'm a little bit more careful with my words and a little bit more metaphorical and a little bit more detail oriented. Again, because I'm wanting a very specific reaction. So for a song like this, I decided I wanted like themes of food and themes of like consumption.
And this is why we should do a video from the perspective of a vampire. I know I'm harping on it, but this is my channel, and if you don't like it, listen to me in 2 times speed, I guess, and then I'll say it faster.
I wanted a Little Red Riding Hood and a metaphor throughout the whole thing. I also wanted to tell like a story of a few like different scenarios and make sure I hit different scenarios as we were going through.
Yes.
When we get to the bridge is probably the place where language-wise I get a little bit more literal. So I've been a little bit metaphorical and maybe not super like blunt about exactly what I'm saying throughout the whole thing. Then when we got to the bridge, it was important that I maybe simplified it a bit and was like, okay, if you haven't figured out what the song's about until now, you're going to get it really, really clear in the bridge. And that's the point where it's like, just in case you haven't gotten to
somehow it's still going over your head.
If it's gone over your head, this is what I've been trying to say that whole time. Very clear, you're not going to miss.
I will say, as somebody who has trouble learning things, I appreciate being beat over the head with a point if it is in a easily consumable way. It makes it very catchy and understandable. Yes.
If
you somehow ducked under the point, I will make sure it hits you in the face.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure it just slaps you right on the face.
Sorry.
I was going to say, like just lyric writing is very important. I have a specific theme. I'll probably have a specific metaphor running throughout it, and we'll work from there.
Okay, I love that.
for whatever reason, no, I'll tell you the reason. Seeing that pile of red clothes reminds me of, oh God, it's like an African folk tale about a cannibal, and then there were just like a bunch of, because it was, you know what? That's irrelevant.
Equal death, but the wolves are very hungry. Gnashing pointed teeth, don't care what the rap is like. It'll eat you if you breathe. It doesn't matter how we choose to wrap our skin.
I like that. The visual. I don't like it. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. But I love how it works, because it reminds me of that one art piece where they did all the clothing of the people who had been abused, and the range of clothing was really, really upsetting, especially with the consistent, oh, what was she wearing, or like, oh, you should cover up, and like shoulders and bra straps and midriffs and legs and ankles and all that. Like, what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no right answer.
Beautiful. And the bringing.
I don't know, he might be about to say this, but like, this is another moment where the tone shifts, honestly, like twice, I think, because it gets really, really big, because you prefer to blame the girl, and then deal with your own sin. Like, it goes from all the way up here to all the way down here, and then right now it's about to go into another and then I think it does it again. Yeah, I think it gets big again, if I'm thinking of this correctly. It's really dynamic. I love it so much. I love this song. I like to ice skate to it.
Back of it, like da 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 da. Like
Yeah.
the way, like, it's like build, bring it back for the hit,
Put it all back.
and then beautiful. And yeah, those whispers too.
Feed us your girls. The wolf shout out, feed us
Whoa! Whoa! Yes!
Mother's not around.
Incredible.
So like this video, kind of, but with vampires. More or less. More or less.
Absolutely
Thank
incredible.
you.
That I totally understand why everyone was so excited for me to check that one out. I'm so glad you could be along for the ride. Is there anything within that like you wanted me to catch that I didn't, or you want to share with the audience? Yeah, please.
Yes. One thing, which was just at the very end.
Okay.
Only one? I'm surprised.
Because we wanted it to have a feeling of like women coming together and being able to like stand up to it in some way, and
Yeah.
have a little bit of reclaiming the story at the very end. But
And I love that. I will say I did not notice that part at all in the least the very first time I watched this video. Because like, yeah, you'll look up every once in a while if you're doing something and there's a video on. But like, this is such, it shifts everything at the last moment in such a powerful way. And yeah, I'm glad that I got to fully experience the entirety of the concept. Again, this, but supernatural. It would be really cool, I think.
what's really important at the end of the video, and what was really important to me, is that understanding that just because like that it is a prevalent issue, and that it's something that that isn't solved by just sending like one person to prison or catching one person. The wolves in this situation exist everywhere, and you don't know who they are, and you don't know where they are. So at the very end, they catch the wolf and they cage it. But then you see glowing eyes in the background all light up.
Oh.
So yeah, just this very end, and then
I
you see
see.
eyes.
I can see, I get so annoyed by the little boxes at the end of videos because, and this is no fault of the people who are producing the videos. not all videos are made for YouTube, but a lot of times people don't account for the time that the boxes are there, and the boxes are so distracting. And to put something important, an important tiny detail in that moment where those boxes are coming up it's not great. It's not great, and it's no one's fault. It's no one's fault. It's just unfortunate. Yeah, the only thing you can do is just like maybe add time to the end of the video of nothingness, which no one wants. No one wants that.
Just as a little detail to kind of be like, but it's not a problem that it is solved. It's not something you can just.
There is hope, and there is something you can do about it, but there's not anything you can do to fix it.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like.
There is hope, and there's something that you can do about it, but there's nothing that you can do to fix it. Okay.
It is solved. It's not something you can just.
There is hope, and there is something you can do about it, but there's not anything you can do to fix it.
Yeah,
wow.
It's like we can do something, and we can like continue to like advocate and continue to work as a society to stop violence against women and sex.
Hey, all I'm saying is human beings have hunted animals to extinction before.
Violence in general.
Yeah.
But until you kind of hit the source, and until real structural change has happened, the wolves will continue to exist. Like, it's just how it is. So that was important to me. I think one of the other things in this video as well that I wanted to mention, and what's also really important to me.
All right, I'm back again. I'm sorry if everything changed. My computer ran out of space. I need a new computer. I don't like this Mac. I have a Mac. I don't like it. I don't like it. If you have any recommendations that aren't terribly expensive, let me know. I just need to make videos and edit them. That's all I want to do on this thing. And maybe like watch YouTube. Yeah. What the hell was I saying? Oh, yeah. I think it's interesting that the women didn't kill the wolf, and that does speak to how prevalent. God, hold on. What is? How do I get to you? It's behind this. Hold on. So embarrassing. Okay, I'll figure it out later. Anyway.
When I was chatting to the artist about what we did with this video, you never really get to humanize the wolf or the character or the silhouette throughout the video. It was important to me that it didn't have a face, that it didn't look too human, because it's not. For me, I'm like, it's not their story. This isn't a story for you to look at this person. Also, I don't want to give them a human.
In my concept, would love to give them a human face. Again, it's a concept that I have, and I think it's really cool, and I'd love to share it with somebody who cares.
Exactly.
I don't want to give anything. I don't want to give that, like, whoever that person is in this video, I don't want to give them any facial features. I don't want to give them any identity. All they are.
I do think that is a very valid way of putting it, though. It really takes the power away from that character in a way that is quite nice for these users. I think I've made it very clear that what I have in mind is a departure from this. It's not entirely different, but it's pretty different.
Is representing the predator. And yeah, it's important to me that the story was not fixed on them, but the people that you saw humanized were the victims within the story.
Reasonable. Very reasonable.
Right. Was there anything else I want to mention? I think the last thing I wanted to mention and kind of talk about within sexism is just to make it very clear also that I am a white woman.
Not that, but him, I found myself looking at him. I usually look at the person who's speaking, and I haven't been watching him very much while she's speaking, but now I'm noticing him. And do you think he watches himself in the... Please stand by for technical difficulties.
5 minutes later.
My experience of sexism is going to be very different to any other women that exist in marginalised communities throughout the world. Where I could go to the police if something happened and speak to them and be taken seriously. A woman of colour might not be able to do that. Or like say someone's an immigrant and doesn't speak brilliant English.
Yes.
They haven't learned the language yet, and they want to go. Well, this is specifically poignant, I guess,